Welcome to the new channel, Moto Venture. This is my wife's bike, and today we are going to do chain maintenance. Yes, the Honda Rebel 500 has a chain. I went to the dealership, got all the proper products to clean it. I set up a piece of plywood with a wheel chock, and I have something to prop up the back tire to make this an easy job. Let's go get it. I purchased the front and rear wheel lift from Amazon, of course. Some assembly required. Okay, the motorcycle is in the wheel chock that I purchased off of Facebook Marketplace for real cheap, and I just screwed it onto a piece of plywood. So the motorcycle is secure on there, and the next step is I'm going to use this guy, and I'm going to prop up the back tire, so turning the chain's a lot easier, and we'll get to doing the maintenance on the chain. Let's go. Aha. There we go. So I just had to move it a bit forward because it's in a wheel chock secured down. So now that should spin freely. All right, now it's time for some maintenance. Let's go. So what I'm doing now is putting on my safety stuff. So, make sure you have your gloves. I use a thick rubber mechanic glove. You see it like a automotive shop. They don't tear easy, and they have good dexterity, so that's why I use those. And the first thing we're gonna do, well, I got iPro on too, but it's not showing you. So what we're going to do is we're gonna soak the chain in chain cleaner. This is what we're gonna use first. All right, so as you can see the chain here, so I'm going to rotate the tire, and I'm just going to spray this with chain cleaner, get nice and soaked. Let's get it all, on there. When I used to clean chains, I used to put like a little piece of string on one of the links just so I knew when it was all the way around. I might do that in the future, but just for now I can kind of tell that where the wet spots are. All right, just gonna let that sit for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna hit it with a 3-sided brush, which I purchased from my local Honda dealership, which is ProCycle in Halifax. It's a great store. So this is what we'll be using next. Okay, I let the chain cleaner soak in. So now what I'm going to do is just going to give it a quick rub down basically while the solution's on there. So I'm going to place my cleaning tool on the chain itself, and then I'm going to rotate the tire, and I'm going to let the tool do most of the work. I'll try to get a better angle here. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Like I said, you're not putting in power or anything like that. You're just rotating the bike on a lift. The tire's free off the ground. And I'm just using this tool to get 3 sides of the chain. Get all that yucky stuff off. All that buildup from the road. Alright. So now that I've used the brush, I'm going to hit up with some more solution, and then I'm going to wipe it down with a microfiber cloth. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the top and the top lengths, which I missed with the brush. So let's do that next. Okay, now I'm going to place my tool on top of the chain, just like this. And I'm going to rotate the tire again. Now it's doing the top part of the chain and the sides at the same time. And as soon as I've done this, I'm going to use my microfiber cloth and rinse or get rid of all this extra stuff that's on here. You can see how the difference already, that all this built up gunk is coming off. Great, that's what you want. Perfect. Shop cloth is preferable, but I'm just kind of putting pressure on the chain and I'm just rotating it around. Just trying to get off some of the old grease and debris and dirt. One more time with the cleaner. Give it a good wipe with not shop cloth, but the microfiber cloth that I have, and then I'll apply the chain wax and she's gonna be done. So I'm just gonna take my microfiber cloth, and this is kind of the last kind of once over I'm doing on this chain. Just make sure it's clean, all the excess cleaner is removed. You know, just taking my time, not in a big rush. This is my wife's bike, so I want it to work well. I will have to remove some of the cleaner off the tires because it looks like I got some of it on there and that could be slippery, so you gotta be careful with that. But yeah, this chain is looking pretty nice. All right. Awesome. There you go. Now it's ready for step number 3 or 4. Anyways, I wasn't really counting the steps. But I got the chain wax. This is recommended by ProCycle for this Honda Rebel 500. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to apply this. Alright, here's what we're using. We're using the chain wax that was recommended from ProCycle. Again, when you're handling this stuff, gloves, iPro, all that kind of stuff. Okay, make sure your chain is clean in advance. And what we're going to do is, using the wheel chock that we have the motorcycle in to allow the back tire to move freely, we're going to be spraying this product on these top links sparingly, but not overdoing it. After you've applied the wax, you have to wait 15 minutes before riding your motorcycle. Okay, this might be a little hard to see, but all I'm doing is I'm rotating and spraying at the same time fairly quickly, not oversaturating it, just getting enough on the links to cover it. So look at that, the chain is mint, the wax is on. I'm just going to clean up her rims here, get some of the stuff that fell on her tires off, and that's a wrap. I don't have to do it to my motorcycle over there. We call it Sharknado. I've done a ton of stuff to that bike, which I'll go through later. It's a shaft drive, and it doesn't require the same kind of maintenance. But when you have a chain drive motorcycle like the Honda Rebel 500, it definitely needs it. It's just starting to rain, but I just wanted to go over the stuff I used today. So I got some cloth, paper towel, I got a microfiber cloth, I got the chain wax, the chain cleaner. Make sure you get the proper chain cleaner and wax for your motorcycle. Okay, and I got something to clean the chain. This is a great little tool. Gloves and iPro. Of course, I purchased a wheel chock for the back tire, which works really great. Gets the wheel off the ground so you can just spin it, and it allows it makes the chain cleaning way easier. I also mounted this forward chock so the motorcycle didn't tip over or anything like that. Super easy to do. Just get a piece of plywood and screw a wheel chock into it. Anyways, starting to rain. I'm gonna get our motorcycle indoors and on to the next one.